I can see why you went with the Bridgeport, Ryan.
Yeah, definitely makes for sitting at traffic lights fun.
We're here with Ryan today, and he's got his mint RX-7 Spirit R. This really is the epitome of late model rotary engines, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's certainly an icon in its own right.
Yeah, and they only made, was it like 1,500 of
Made
these?
1,500 in the Spirit Rs, in
Yep.
the A, B and C,
Yep.
so 500 of each. This being one of the Type A's. The Type A was the factory two-seater with the carbon Kevlar Recaros and a couple other little bits that they took out of them. Most definitely the most lightweight.
So as the C's ones are actually don't have some of the stuff this has, or?
No, the C's were a four-seater automatic.
Oh, four-seater, oh, why would they even make it?
Oh, you got to accommodate for the market.
I had no idea.
And your B's were the full leather interior, four-seater red leather trim. So.
Yep, awesome. You were saying when you went to look at this earlier that the gentleman was trying to tell you just what you might say now is quite a nice car.
Yeah, missed opportunity in a way as well, but we went and had a look at an RX-7 and ended up looking at an R34 GDR V-Spec 2 NUR.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, made my choice.
But I have to admit, either choice is a pretty good one, and
Absolutely.
me personally, I would have gone with this.
Yeah, no, certainly no regrets.
No,
I
not at all.
absolutely love it.
No, awesome cars. It's really the last of the Japanese, of that era, isn't it?
Yep.
Everything changed after this. But what I like about your car, it still looks factory.
Yep.
And if it was parked here, like you were saying, the only difference is this bonnet.
Yep, the SP bonnet. Yeah,
Yep.
Otherwise, cosmetically, she's a stock car.
You've had it 8 years. That was obviously pre the boom. But even 8 years ago, this was still a relatively expensive car, considering what other Japanese cars you could buy, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even compared to its sort of sister, the Type Bs and stuff like that, like just a normal FD.
Yeah.
You could pretty much almost buy 2 run-of-the-mill FDs for what you'd pay for a Spirit R.
Yeah.
So by standards, it wasn't really cheap back then either.
And it had the water to wear on it, didn't it?
Had the water to wear on it, so it was something I sort of wanted to keep, bit of a differentiating piece. A lot of people just have air-to-airs.
Yeah, they've all got the sort of V-mount set up, haven't they?
Yep, either V-mount or big front mounts, and it was just something different. So sort of said to Simon it's something I wanted to keep.
And this is a Garrett. I know you got the Garrett G Series.
Yep, the new G Series, so the
Turbo.
G42 1200 compact.
What size is the exhaust, Ryan, on this?
From memory, it's a 4.5-inch dump pipe into 3-inch all the way back out and a 5-inch tip.
How do you like the Bridgeport? Because a lot of people say, I know everyone likes the Brat, but it does make the car a little bit rough, doesn't it?
A little bit, yes.
Down low?
Yeah, it needs the RPM. It certainly doesn't like just sort of, it's not a click it in 5th gear and just kind of cruise at 60 Ks.
Yeah. Rotaries have such a linear power band.
When it's on, it's on.
Yeah, like a piston engine has more of a torque rush.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The rotary's like, just the harder you rev it, the harder it pulls.
Oh, they work out to be just a massive air pump.
Yeah, they're such a unique engine. These Recaros were bespoke for
The Type A's?
the Type A's, weren't they?
Yes.
They never sold these in a normal,
No.
I guess a normal FD, did they?
No, the closest one you could get was the RZs, and they came out with a black Recaro.
These have bigger brakes, or you've upgraded the discs, it looks like.
Yeah, put Project Mid brakes, Project Mid discs and pads in it, but the brakes are slightly bigger.
Is there anything else, Ryan, you'd do to the car? Like you've sort of...
We've got another set of wheels to go on it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous set of Works VSSXs to go on it.
Oh, that was why, because I always wondered why you had the gold
That explains
engine,
the gold engine.
plates.
Correct.
And when Simon was building it, I was a bit like, this is going in a Spirit R. I couldn't put my head around it. But then when it was in the car and all the piping was on, I'm like, that looks cool. I like it.
Yep.
And with the red strut brace, it breaks it up.
Yep. So red strut brace, red trim, gold engine was supposed to be the gold wheels. Yeah, that's sort of the finishing touch will be the wheels.
I like your engine bay though, because you know when you have a picture in your head of what the engine bay is going to look like when someone opens it?
Yep.
Yours is like, oh, it's
Wasn't
different.
expecting that.
Wasn't expecting that. That's what I like about it, yeah.
Yeah. I think they nailed the design from the get-go with these. I think they just worked really well.
Yeah.
They've dated really well.
They
They've
have,
aged
haven't
well.
they? So this would be like 2000 model?
This
or?
is 2002, so this is the absolute last
the
one.
last of them, yeah.
Or last of them, yeah.
So you said, I had no idea, you could buy a Spirit R in an automatic.
Yes.
That's just blowing my mind, an automatic Spirit R. Is this the only FD you could buy that didn't have a back seat? Like
No, the
R
RZ,
model?
the RZ did as well.
Yeah.
There was no back seat in the RZ, so they had the two bins in the back.
Yeah, yeah. I've never actually sat in the back of an FD. But
Yeah, there's very little
when you
room.
look in there, you're sort of like, where are your legs going?
No, across the other side.
Would you ever sell it, or is this like your keeper?
No, this is my unicorn. This
Yep.
is my forever car. This
Yeah.
won't go anywhere. So, no, it's pride and joy, and
Yeah,
definitely be part of the
that's
family
awesome
for a long
because
time.
I'm yet to find that one for myself, but unfortunately the prices of all these cars now, it's got to the point where a lot of people are never going to have that opportunity.
If you didn't jump on them sort of 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. All you can do is build a copy, I guess, which you could do. What did you say a set of those seats sold recently for?
Last set I know of ended up selling for about 14 grand.
14 grand for seats.
Yeah, for a pair of seats.
That's nuts. Is this your first Mazda, Ryan? Have you owned other ones previously, or?
No, have had a couple of rotaries now.
Yep.
Came out of a Series 2, came out of a Series 4. Series 4 was my first one actually, and that was a bit of a big mistake. But no, that was learning experience.
You didn't like it?
No, didn't like it at all.
So many people sort of bag the Series 4 to 5 shape. I don't know. I love it. I love the look of that shape, and I've never driven one. Maybe are you saying I should probably just not drive one?
No.
You know, how you have these hero complexes
keep that
of
halo.
cars, the halo.
Yeah, keep that there. No, the reason it was a mistake was I got that home, and 10 minutes from home it ended up dropping a rotor.
Oh,
So it wasn't a fun experience with that car.
yeah.
So
And that's your first rotary experience.
that was my first rotary experience.
Shift lights will come on at about 7.5, 8 grand. All the dash lights up. But how's the pedal set up for heel toe?
I was
The
just
brake and clutch are set so far up.
that was the first thing I was going to ask you. What's with the position of the pedal?
It's just a pedal box in them.
It's been a while since I drove a Bridgeport. Yeah, I've always wanted to drive a Spirit R. It's pretty cool to drive a modified one. Big shout out to Ryan for letting me giving me the keys. So you bought the car. It was modified.
Yep.
Did you have many plans for it then, or?
Originally, the whole thing when I bought this was I wanted a Spirit R. Ideally, I wanted one that was stock. Ended up finding this one up in Sydney. Spoke to the guy. The guy was the nicest guy, absolute ripper bloke. Went up to Sydney, had a look at it, went, yep, fell in love with it. The only catch was it was modified. It had a single turbo conversion on it.
Yes.
The flip side was everything to go back to the original twin turbo setup was all there. He'd kept everything wrapped up, boxed up, all ready to go back on the car.
The engine that you said had dowels and stuff in it, that was the matching numbers engine.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you say matching numbers, the front plates
Sorry.
all that sort of, yeah.
I know they all
the,
get changed in Mazdas.
The front plate's the only thing that really stays the same. I got the car and it had a 3584 RS on it. Drove it for the best part of probably 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then that was when we started having issues, and it had only done 5,000 Ks in the sort of 6 years that I've had it.
Yeah.
You'd drive it for a while and then all of a sudden it'd decide to just dump all its coolant.
Ah, yes. And that led to this path. Were you planning on, you've now got a fuel tech system on it, a turbo. And was that part of the initial build? Or
Absolutely
not.
not.
It never is. It was just,
No.
oh, we should fix the engine and that's it.
It went in to go get a pretty standard engine rebuild.
Yeah.
So it was all stock rebuild kit, off the shelf from Mazda, new rotors, new housings, and it was, okay. Simon tore it down. It was, we've got damaged rotors, we've got damaged housings, we've got, this isn't right. Your ECU looks pretty rough. Turbo impeller's been bent. And it was
okay. So you go there to fix one problem, you find 5 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, rather than fix the turbo, let's put a new one on. Garrett's just released the G Series, so let's go the G Series, and ended up, big G Series, new ECU, and of course you don't go for the FT500 or the FT550. Let's go the FT600. So we went whole hog. Yeah, a lot of people have made the comment that they're impressed that everything's in one module, like ECU, the dash, everything's just one neat, tidy little module.
The only thing, I love the factory FD gauges. They're so iconic.
It was a big call to have to mount the dash in front of the tacho.
I know. You could always put it in the glove box later on if you want.
Yeah, most certainly. That's one thing, the interior is still fairly standard as well. Everything from the standard head unit.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
It's really just the underside with all the bracing and suspension mods and the engine bay that's been modified. It's got the original Bilstein suspension still in it, but they've been rebuilt and they've actually had sleeves and collars put on them.
Yep.
So they're now a Bilstein coilover, a fully adjustable Bilstein coilover. Got Cusco bracing on it, got the Auto XC under chassis bracing on it as well.
Ryan, I just wanted to thank you for bringing the Spirit R out today. It's been super cool seeing it all completed. Yeah, it's one of those cars I wish I owned.
Been a pleasure, mate. Been good fun. Been a good day.
Don't forget to order your track merchandise. We've got an awesome new 25 years of full boost. Yes, that's right, 25 years we've been doing this. Old school boost gauge. We've got these in t-shirts and hoodies, so get on it at shop.fullboost.com.au.